Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Um, I actually have a day off tomorrow, so give me a chance to work on a couple of tracks and do some recording tomorrow. Um, I'm going to be doing a recording with a female artist tomorrow. Trying to get some Christmas tracks done. Back itch. Check out my back scratcher. And because I'm going to be doing some recording tomorrow, hopefully nothing changes. Um, Plus, I'm gonna be doing some recording next week. It's just 3 songs to finish up a small Christmas project. So, those that are new to the channel, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It's absolutely free. You definitely want to hit the bell whenever I post a video. Trying to post these videos as much as I can when I have the time. I'm working full time again as well. So, because I'm working full time, I don't have a whole lot of time to get other stuff that I need to get done. But I'm gonna see how long I'm gonna end up remaining working because it's I don't have the I'm kind of spoiled. But anyhow, to make a long story short, so I'm not you know uh, going on and on and on. I got one question, and I want to get everyone's opinion on this. Is Do you think it's worth going to a recording studio compared to just continue to build and do stuff in your own? Um, the reason I'm going to ask that question, the reason I'm saying that is because, for example, for me to have built my recording studio and gotten the gear that I've gotten in my setup, I really, in my personal opinion, I don't have any incentive to want to go to a recording studio to necessarily go there to rent some time to do some recording. Now, I would love to go to recording studios because recording studios create this vibe, especially some of the best recording studios that around. Whenever you go to these recording studios, one, when you go there, and there's a whole staff of people there to assist in getting a recording ready for an artist to get ready, or let's say you're an artist or whatever, it do give you a sense of confidence that you're going to be taken care of. Two, when you go to that recording studio and you start seeing all those accolades on the wall, whether it's gold or platinum albums or whatever, pictures of different recording artists and all that, it also creates that environment of like, wow, look at this place. I'm actually in this recording studio. It does create this. It's like an aura. It's like some sort of aura, some sort of like almost like it creates that it's kind of like a feeling like, wow, I'm actually in a place that professional artists have come to. It gives you that when you start seeing these artists, and they do, I don't know, autograph pictures with engineers of that recording studio. You start seeing all the Grammys and all the plaques and all the awards in a recording studio, just the list goes on and on. It does create this vibe. But at the same time, a lot of the discouragement to these recording studios was the cost to be in there per hour. On top of that, having to travel, and no matter how short or long the distance is, that you have to leave your own personal space to go to that place for a few hours or half a day or whatever. So you're not at home, so it's not like you can actually get up in the middle of the night and just turn your gear on and start recording. So, not to draw on and go on and make this a humongous long subject, I just want to get people's opinion on, would you come to a, would you rather go to a recording studio, um, or would you rather just try to attempt to do it in your own home recording studio? Um, that's because there are a lot of pros and cons to both. Naturally, the home recording studio, for example, there's no cost, and it's always available, and there's no time limit. So that's those are probably the best pros to having your own recording studio in your own space in your home. Like I said before, and the cons are always like noise, um, complaints from neighbors. There's a lot of factors. You have to deal with different types of personalities and conflicts of interest and people traveling. Let's say you own a studio. People having to travel to your recording studio. It becomes sometimes an inconvenience for them. But the list of pros and cons can go on and on and on. So that's why I'm not going to make it a long, drawn out video on that. I just wanted to get people's opinion on, would you come to a recording studio? And I would include, like, let's say mine. Let's say if mine was available to the public. Would you come to my recording studio because in your mind, you're like, well, if I go to this recording studio, my back itch. I don't know why it is, but thank God for the back scratcher. The question would be, are you willing to pay that kind of money when you know in Absalom that most of the time they're going to have some of the best gear, some of the best microphones, some of the best equipment, some of the best engineers, assistant engineers, a lot of well-trained people, and usually 99% of the time, you're going to get a way more amazing sounding product than you probably could do with the gear that you have. So the next question would be, is it worth it? And there are going to be a lot of people, well, if I know that I can get this top-notch quality sound, yes, it's worth it. Even though it's like almost like, and one example would be if you needed major car work and you can try to do car work yourself, or you can take it to an expert, even though the expert is probably going to charge you all this amount of money to get your car work done. But there is a sense of confidence that if this person has an excellent reputation of fixing cars, that you're going to feel a lot more confident paying that person to fix your car, simply because you know that it's going to come out amazing. And you don't want to have any more problems, you won't have any more of those type of problems with that car, at least for a long while, if you decide to get the car. So that's the same thing with the recording studio. Do you think, should I go to this recording studio knowing that if I go, even though I got to pay and I only got a limited amount of time or whatever the case, but I know that if I book it from this time to this time, I know that I can get an absolutely way better sounding product than if I try to do it with the minimum gear that I have. So that's going to do it for this video. I just want to get people's opinion on this, simply because the only reason why I'm saying that is because as many of the recording studio videos I've seen, like for example Sunset Sound or Cherokee Studios or East West or Electric Lady, and the list just goes on and on and on, with all these BOP studios, and they have SSL consoles and Focusrite consoles and Neve consoles, API consoles, and the list just goes on and on there, as well as all the outboard gear, and the microphones and cables, and the studio's already ready to go. It's already wired. The rooms are already set up. The acoustics are right. Everything's about those recording studios they're ready to go. And most of the time, our homes are nowhere near to that to that. Unless you just invest a lot of money into making your recording studio on that level. But most people don't have that kind of money to make their home on the level of a commercial studio. Um, but for me, I'm like this because I built and bought the gear that I have and have my stuff set up the way it has. It makes it a lot. It makes it a lot more easier for me to say, I can do what I need to do here, simply because I built what I and have what I have over the years that I've been doing it. It took, and I'm still constantly um, trying to get it to where I will be happy. Um, but because I have what I have now, definitely I have no incentive to go to those recording studios to rent them or use them more than it would be just as a tour, and maybe to be able to talk to some of the engineers and pick some of their brains as far as ideas. Other than that, as far as needing and wanting to go to a recording studio, I don't have a desire. So I just want to get other people's opinion on that. And do you feel that you would benefit going to a commercial studio? Or just should you say, I'm well equipped to do everything I need to ever do in my home without ever happening to wanting to go? Other than that, thanks for watching. Y'all have a great evening.